Do you ever feel like your energy just slipped away and you can't explain why? One moment you're alive, clear and flowing, and the next, it's as if someone turned down your inner light. If that resonates, you're not alone. What you're experiencing isn't just emotional or psychological, it's vibrational. Right now, your body and mind are broadcasting signals into the field, and when those signals fall out of harmony, your frequency collapses. The result? You feel drained, heavy, disconnected. Science already shows it. The heart produces an electromagnetic field far stronger than the brain, broadcasting coherence or chaos, depending on your emotional state. Every thought is a wave of possibility. Every emotion is the vibration that decides whether that wave becomes peace, joy, or static. The truth is, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are in frequency. And today, you'll see not only why your vibration drops, but also how to recalibrate it back into harmony, starting now. Most people don't realize they wake up each morning already tuned into yesterday's station. Thoughts repeat like songs on a loop, keeping the mind, body, and emotions broadcasting the same frequency. Imagine your life as a radio station. Every thought you send out becomes a signal. Every feeling becomes the broadcast, and the field responds accordingly. The mind may want to change, but unresolved emotions act like static, blurring the transmission. The body holds onto yesterday's vibration, so the same patterns show up again. This is why some feel stuck in déjà vu, living the same storyline over and over. In just 2 minutes, I'll show how to break this invisible loop. Think of it like driving to work on autopilot. You miss turns, forget details, and arrive without remembering the journey. That's what happens in the quantum loop. Awareness fades, and the observer inside you becomes passive. The heart knows how to guide you out, but if the mind keeps replaying the same broadcast, the body stays chained to the past. Unresolved anger, guilt, or fear act like interference in your electromagnetic field. Have you noticed how one thought can spiral into an entire mood for the day? That's not random. It's coherence broken. Stay with me because soon we'll unlock how to reprogram that station. Every emotion sends out a vibration, and when those emotions aren't processed, they pile up like clutter in a room. Walk into a messy space and your mind instantly feels heavy. The same happens with your inner field. The heart, more powerful than the brain in electromagnetic strength, keeps trying to send out golden light of harmony and peace, but static drowns it. You can't hear the pure music if the radio is stuck between frequencies. Many live their lives this way, half-tuned, half-lost. But here's the paradox. The solution doesn't start in the mind. The heart is the true tower. Science shows the heart's electromagnetic field extends several feet beyond the body, broadcasting signals that others can literally feel. Ever walked into a room and sensed tension before a word was spoken? That's vibration, not logic. Your body detects it before your mind can label it. The heart is not just pumping blood, it's orchestrating coherence between mind, body, and emotions. When this alignment happens, peace and gratitude flow naturally. Think of it as an inner sanctuary, a safe space of resonance that filters chaos. And in less than 2 minutes, I'll share how to tune into it. But here's the trap. Most people believe thinking differently is enough. They try affirmations, yet deep down, unresolved emotions play another frequency. It's like saying, "I'm fine," while your body whispers grief. The field doesn't respond to the words, it responds to the vibration. The loop repeats because intention and emotion are out of harmony. That's why days feel like heavy déjà vu, broadcasting yesterday into today. Awareness is the key, and awareness begins in the breath. Breathe consciously, and the static starts to fade. In a moment, I'll show you a simple exercise. Picture your thoughts as songs on repeat. The playlist is old, but it keeps running because no one pressed stop. You might be trying to add new songs, new dreams, new habits, but the static playlist dominates. That's why you keep attracting the same people, the same challenges, the same almosts that never fully manifest. The observer within you has the power to choose another track, but only when mind, heart, and body are aligned. And that coherence comes from dealing with emotions you've been avoiding. The loop isn't punishment, it's a signal calling you to retune. One practical step is to notice micro loops during the day. For example, when someone cuts you off in traffic, what's your instant broadcast? Anger, resentment, or compassion? That single signal ripples into your entire field, shaping your vibration for hours. The same happens when your boss sends a sharp email, or when silence from someone you love triggers insecurity. These moments aren't random, they're tests of coherence. By pausing, breathing, and shifting the frequency, you prove to the field you're not stuck in yesterday's loop. In just 2 minutes, I'll give you a tool to reset in real time. So here's the deeper truth. Your life doesn't change because of luck or chance, but because of what you keep broadcasting. Thoughts are the radio tower, emotions are the signal, and your field becomes the reality you walk in. If coherence is lost, the loop keeps replaying. But when the heart leads, when peace, gratitude, and compassion become the core vibration, the entire broadcast shifts. Others feel it, opportunities align, and even health improves. The loop is real, but so is your ability to step out of it. And what happens when you do? That's where the observer effect comes in. Every moment you're broadcasting, whether you realize it or not. Thoughts act like antennas, but emotions are the actual signal that travels into the field. Imagine a giant radio tower inside you. The mind generates ideas, but the heart and body decide the frequency that gets broadcast. If you think, "I'm successful," but deep inside feel fear of failure, the field receives the vibration of fear, not the words. This is why reality seems inconsistent, why goals stay in the almost stage. In 2 minutes, I'll show you how to align both. Quantum physics describes it as collapse. Infinite possibilities exist, but only the frequency you embody crystallizes into reality. Think of it like a camera lens. Wherever awareness focuses, the picture develops. But if the observer inside you sends mixed signals, the image blurs. That's the reason some people feel like they're living half-finished stories. The field isn't confused. You are. The identity you carry vibrationally shapes what's possible next. And identity isn't built by thought alone. It's woven through emotions, coherence, and consistent broadcasting. Consider someone applying for a new job. They dress well, say the right words, and mentally repeat affirmations of confidence. Yet inside, their body vibrates with insecurity, their breath short and restless. The interviewer senses it not through logic, but through the electromagnetic field of the heart. What's received isn't confidence, but doubt. This is the observer effect at play. The field doesn't respond to what's spoken, but to what's broadcast through vibration. Curious how to shift that signal? In less than 2 minutes, I'll share a practical technique. Here's an everyday analogy. Imagine tuning into a radio station that keeps fading. 1 second you hear music, the next it's static. That's what happens when thoughts and emotions are out of harmony. You think abundance, but feel lack. You say peace, but carry anger. The signal collapses into incoherence, and the reality reflects that. No wonder people feel stuck in loops of almost. The key isn't shouting louder affirmations, it's aligning heart, mind, and body into one coherent signal. Then, the broadcast becomes unshakable. Identity vibrational isn't about what you want, it's about who you're being in the moment. If the observer keeps embodying fear, the field organizes reality around fear. If the observer embodies gratitude, compassion, or peace, new doors open. You've seen this. Some people walk into a room and everything shifts. It's not luck. It's coherence radiating from their electromagnetic field. Others feel it instantly, like tuning into a stronger tower that overrides static stations. And soon, I'll show how to consciously build that tower within you. Think about relationships. If someone says, "I trust you," but inside vibrates with suspicion, the other person feels the mismatch. That's why words often fail, because the broadcast is louder than the speech. Coherence means alignment, not perfection. It's when the heart, breath, and emotions hum in harmony, sending out a consistent frequency. That's when communication becomes magnetic, because the field recognizes truth, not performance. And the beauty is, you can learn to tune this signal daily, just like adjusting a radio. Here's the paradox. Reality doesn't care what you hope for. It reflects what you broadcast. That's why people attract cycles that mirror their unhealed emotions, not their conscious wishes. Energy doesn't lie. The observer effect proves that awareness itself shapes outcomes, but only when vibration is coherent. So the question becomes, are you broadcasting the signal of the past or the frequency of who you're becoming? In 2 minutes, I'll reveal a tool that can recalibrate this instantly. And this is where identity vibrational becomes the golden key. Who you decide to be, right now, not tomorrow, shapes what the field can collapse into form. It's not about pretending, but embodying. The heart becomes the maestro, broadcasting golden light that organizes the chaos into harmony. Once you feel the sanctuary of coherence, the loop of almosts breaks. But how do you actually practice this? That's where the next part comes in. Simple, embodied tools to recalibrate your frequency. Let's start with the mornings, because those first few minutes after waking are a golden window. Your mind is soft, not yet looping old broadcasts, and the body is open to new signals. Think of it as the reset button of your electromagnetic field. In those 8 minutes, what you breathe, think, and feel sets the frequency for the day. Instead of grabbing your phone and scrolling chaos, try one conscious breath, eyes closed, hand on heart. Whisper gratitude, not as words but as vibration. In 2 minutes, I'll show you how to anchor this ritual. The quantum morning is like programming your own radio station. Imagine your heart as the central tower, broadcasting harmony into the field. As you breathe, count 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out. This simple rhythm creates coherence between mind, body, and emotions. Science calls it cardiac coherence. Mystics call it sanctuary. Within 90 seconds, the vibration of peace begins to flow. Now imagine layering gratitude, compassion, or golden light into that breath. Suddenly the frequency shifts. Your day doesn't just start, it broadcasts. HeartMath research shows that when breath and heart align, the entire body changes. Cortisol drops, clarity rises, and creativity sparks. Think of those times when you sat by the ocean or under a tree and felt time dissolve. That's coherence, when the field inside mirrors the peace outside. You can create that daily, even in traffic or at work. Try it now. 3 breaths, 6 seconds each. Focus on the heart. Feel the vibration expand beyond your body like a soft signal. This is how you begin to master frequency, but life throws triggers. A text that annoys you, a co-worker's tone, traffic jams. These are micro loops trying to pull you back into static. Here's where micro resets come in. 1 minute, hand on chest, eyes closed, 1 deep conscious breath. Don't just think calm, broadcast it. The electromagnetic field shifts instantly and your awareness returns to harmony. This tool is like carrying a portable sanctuary. Use it 3 times a day and you'll notice the loop losing its grip. In 2 minutes, I'll share an even deeper practice. Another tool, sensory presence. Most people rush through meals, calls, or showers without awareness, stuck in loops. Instead, turn ordinary acts into anchors. Drink tea slowly, noticing warmth, taste, aroma. Listen to the wind or a friend's voice as if it's music. These aren't small things, they're signals. Presence stabilizes the field, keeping vibrations steady. The body, mind, and emotions harmonize. And when you broadcast harmony, the reality around you begins to reorganize in subtle yet powerful ways. Think of these tools as tuning forks. Every pause, every breath, every act of presence strikes the field with coherence. Over time, your default frequency shifts. Decisions become clearer, relationships softer, creativity sharper. You're no longer reacting to static, you're broadcasting peace. And here's the catch: consistency matters more than perfection. A single micro reset won't fix a lifetime of loops. But daily rituals, quantum mornings, heart math breaths, sensory presence create a sanctuary strong enough to hold against chaos. Let me give you a personal analogy. Years ago, I started practicing micro resets during work stress. At first, it felt silly, closing eyes in the middle of an office. But within weeks, people around me noticed. "You're calmer," they said. Meetings flowed differently, even though I hadn't spoken more. The field was broadcasting something new. That's the power of frequency recalibration. You don't need to shout change, you radiate it. And soon, I'll show you how to protect this vibration so it doesn't fade. These tools are more than practices. They're weapons against static, gateways to coherence. Each breath, each pause, each act of presence is a declaration. I choose my broadcast. And when the observer within you repeats this daily, the loop breaks. But tools are only half the story. To keep the frequency stable, you need protection. A sanctuary that filters out what doesn't resonate. That's where the golden light and the protective field enter the journey. There's a moment when the tools begin to settle in, but life's noise still tries to sneak through. That's when you realize you need more than resets. You need a shield, not a wall that blocks life, but a filter that keeps your frequency steady. Picture a golden sphere surrounding your body, glowing with vibration from heart coherence. This isn't fantasy. The electromagnetic field of the heart already radiates outward. The golden light is simply awareness, painting it visible. In 2 minutes, I'll guide you to feel it. Imagine walking into a crowded room. Some people carry chaos, others peace. Without protection, your field absorbs static like a sponge. But when you visualize the golden sphere, your sanctuary becomes active. The heart broadcasts harmony, and the golden light filters signals that don't resonate. You still connect, but without losing yourself. Think of it as noise-canceling headphones for your energy. The chaos outside may scream, but inside, you remain tuned to peace. That's the field becoming your ally. Daily practice strengthens this protective layer. Each morning after your quantum breath, picture golden light expanding from the heart. See it stretching beyond the body, wrapping you in compassion and coherence. Feel gratitude anchoring it. The more vivid the broadcast, the more stable the field becomes. It's like building a tower. At first fragile, but brick by brick, it stands tall against storms. Soon, even stressful environments feel different, not because they changed, but because you're no longer leaking energy. Think of the golden sphere as an inner sanctuary. When you close your eyes and feel it, your nervous system calms instantly. Athletes use visualization to prepare. Monks use it to center. You can use it to protect coherence. Try this. Next time you walk into a tense meeting or family conflict, breathe. Imagine the golden light around you and let the heart lead. You'll notice people respond differently. They can't explain why, but they feel your peace. That's the signal reorganizing reality. Have you noticed how some people never get drained, even in chaos? It's not luck. They've trained their broadcast. Their heart coherence creates a field so strong, external vibrations can't destabilize it. That's the secret of the sanctuary. Peace becomes the shield, compassion becomes armor, and the loop of old static can't penetrate. The golden sphere isn't escape, it's mastery. It means the observer no longer reacts unconsciously, but chooses the frequency to live by. Now here's the paradox. The more you protect your frequency, the more you attract situations that match it. Coherence calls coherence. People who resonate with harmony, gratitude, and compassion begin to appear. Opportunities feel smoother. Even health shifts because the body thrives in golden light, and yet challenges still knock. The difference is, you no longer collapse into static. You remain the tower, steady, broadcasting peace. In 2 minutes, I'll show you how to anchor this deeper. A personal story. Once, during travel, I practiced this golden light visualization in airports, crowded, stressful places. Instead of exhaustion, I felt calm, almost like a sanctuary moved with me. Strangers smiled more, conversations flowed, nothing external changed. Same delays, same noise, but my field filtered differently. That's the protective power of coherence. It reminded me, the golden sphere isn't about escape, it's about presence. It turns ordinary chaos into training ground for frequency. This protective field becomes a ritual. Each day, breathe coherence, broadcast golden light, and choose your sanctuary. The world will still send signals, but you'll decide what enters. The golden sphere is your reminder. You are not a victim of static. You are the observer, broadcasting reality. And when you realize this, another door opens. Integration. How do you make this protection not just a practice, but part of your identity? That's where the ritual of reprogramming begins. Integration is where all the pieces come together. Breath, awareness, golden light, and coherence. But knowledge alone doesn't rewire the field. Repetition does. Think of it like learning an instrument. The first notes are shaky, but with practice, vibration turns into music. The same with your frequency. The ritual isn't about perfection, but consistency. Each time you breathe with intention, visualize the golden light, or repeat a phrase. The observer inside you is broadcasting a new identity. In 2 minutes, I'll guide you through a simple practice. Close your eyes and begin with breath. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, awareness on the heart. Feel gratitude blooming, even if life feels messy. Gratitude isn't denial. It's fuel that stabilizes vibration. Now imagine the golden sphere surrounding your body, glowing with harmony. As you breathe, silently affirm, I am the calm in the middle of the storm. This phrase is more than words, it's a frequency. Repetition anchors it into your electromagnetic field, turning thought into reality. Add another affirmation, my field is my truth. These words remind you that no external chaos defines who you are. Your body, mind, and emotions align into coherence as the field receives the broadcast. Say it softly, breathe it deeply, feel it fully. The loop of old static begins to weaken, replaced by a signal of clarity. Imagine yourself as a tower, broadcasting golden light into the field. This is not imagination. It's awareness shaping reality. Soon I'll reveal why repetition rewires identity. Now the final phrase, I am the source of my signal. Too often people think life happens to them, but the observer knows the truth. You are the broadcast. When you repeat this with breath and heart coherence, something shifts. Your awareness stops chasing and starts creating. That's why daily ritual matters. Without it, the loop returns. With it, new frequency stabilizes. Even 3 minutes can recalibrate your field. The ritual is simple, but the impact ripples into relationships, health, and choices. Picture applying this ritual after a hard day. Instead of collapsing into frustration, you sit quietly, breathe, feel the golden sphere, and affirm these words. Slowly, emotions soften, the body relaxes, the mind clears. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. That's the observer stepping forward. Your electromagnetic field reorganizes, and others around you sense the shift. You didn't fix everything, you changed the vibration. That's the subtle yet powerful difference coherence creates. In 2 minutes, I'll show you why this sticks. Here's the science behind it. Repetition builds neural pathways, but repetition with emotion engraves them deeper. That's why affirmations only in the mind often fail. When the heart, breath, and emotions unite, the field receives a coherent signal. Over time, the old static weakens, like weeds drying without water. The new broadcast becomes automatic, your sanctuary. This is how identity vibrational changes, not by thinking differently once, but by embodying a new frequency daily. Think about health. Studies show coherence improves immune response, lowers stress hormones, and boosts creativity. It's not magic, it's biology aligned with vibration. By practicing this ritual, you're not just calming emotions, you're reshaping the body. The heart's golden light broadcasts stability into the nervous system, creating harmony where there was chaos. And the mind follows, thinking clearer, making better choices. Over time, life feels lighter, not because it's perfect, but because the observer inside learned to program the field. This ritual becomes the bridge between knowing and being. It turns tools into identity, awareness into sanctuary, and frequency into reality. But rituals only work if you keep them alive. That's why integration isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new loop, one you choose consciously. And here's the subtle secret. Once this new frequency stabilizes, your future self begins sending signals back to you, guiding the path ahead. But that's a story for the next chapter. Remember this, you are not just a body moving through space. You are energy, broadcasting into the field, shaping reality with every breath. Each conscious inhale, each reprogrammed thought, each practice of coherence doesn't just shift your inner world, it ripples into the collective. Your frequency matters. When you align heart, mind, and body, you don't heal only yourself. You help recalibrate the field we all share. And that's why your daily choices of awareness carry a weight far greater than you imagine. Now let's turn what most see as digital actions into rituals of vibration. Hitting like is not just a click, it's a signal of frequency sent into the field. Subscribing isn't routine, it's your commitment to alignment, a choice to stay tuned to coherence. Commenting, "I am the source of my signal," is not a phrase. It's a declaration that reshapes identity in real time. And when you share this video, you're not forwarding content. You're expanding the collective field, multiplying resonance for others who are ready to awaken. On the final screen, your journey continues. This video only appears to those who are about to win. Your breakthrough has already begun. Trust. This is more than a title. It's the next step in your unfolding. Because every shift you feel now is not random. It's a signal that something greater is already calling you forward.